So, welcome back to the Reflections podcast in week 3, and today is obviously me, Ben, and then we've got a special guest, Anya Popov.
Okay.
So, Anya, what characters are you for Romeo and Juliet?
So I am playing Mercutio and Lord Capulet.
Cool.
And what do you do to contribute to the process?
So I'm a choreographer, warm-up leader, and I'm doing costume and makeup.
Fun.
Lovely, sounds like you got your hands full for that one.
Sounds long.
So, how's it been with the process of having those two characters?
It's been good, been enjoying it, you know. They're both two different characters, so it's very different, but it's a good different.
Yeah.
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 So, judging on how week by week goes, you could see Anya a lot more often.
Or not.
Or not.
Who knows? Scheduling can be annoying.
But you might see her more
Popping
than often.
out.
So, shall we talk about week 3?
Free.
So, obviously, Monday I started off with going into college with you and Scarlett, my Juliet, and we just practiced learning our lines. Like, we set ourselves like an agenda to just like a goal. So we was going to learn, and we did our Samson and Gregory for Act 1, Scene 1, and then we also learnt the balcony scene, which was hard as hell.
I remember.
Because it was just when we got to like the further parts, because it was like the first 4 pages are just like little bits and bobs, and then when like everything started coming along, it got heavy real quick. But just rinse and repeat, trial and error, and we got there. The only thing that's stopping us with that scene is the blocking, because
We haven't got to it yet.
we haven't got to it yet, but when it gets to it, obviously just the dynamic of the balcony and levels, we'll see how it gets there. So what did you do?
Well, I was with you, and because I was just by myself, I was just trying to get my lines down whilst being involved.
What lines was you learning?
I was trying to do the first scene that the nurse appears in. The nurse's lines and the party where she breaks up Romeo and Juliet for the first time, and then I was doing the within lines for the balcony scene.
Yeah.
Madam!
Yeah. What was you doing Monday, Anya?
I was at home, but I was learning lines. We're trying to anyway.
Was it your Queen Mab speech?
Yeah.
How are you finding scene 4?
I haven't done it before.
Oh yeah, because you obviously was being choreographer for Fernanda to be
Yeah.
Mercutio for that. How do you think you were going to play it off?
I think it'll be good once I get into it. Once I get my teeth into it and I'm off script, it'll be good.
Yeah, because obviously Fernanda wants it to be very extravagant, so does Jimmy. Big up Jimmy. Big up Jin Eminem. But obviously you want to dig your teeth into it and sink into it real quick, and Fernanda started bringing out props where she could just find. Have you like kind of thought about what sort of things that you kind of wanted for the scene?
Didn't she bring her a ribbon?
Yeah, like the ribbon.
No, we'll
stick.
probably have a scarf for that instead of a ribbon.
Oh, okay.
So it make more sense. But no, I think like we'll be doing basically the same thing but different at the same time, because there's no way we'll be able to do the same thing for the whole thing. It's
Yeah.
such a long thing. And me and Fernando we are the same character but we're 2 different people.
Yeah.
So it will just be we'll see. We'll go with the flow.
Nice.
So
Nice. Did you 2 do anything else on the Monday?
no.
Not about it.
Alright, well, how I finished off my Monday.
Ooh.
Obviously after line learning, me and Scarlett, my Juliet, went out for a few hours.
That's cute.
Just
Cutie.
yeah, just try and make sure that we can build that chemistry later along the show. So when it gets to like those patches, it's gonna be all smoothed out. We had a good time. I think we're gonna try and find some time where we can just learn lines as well with each other for it, because obviously we went out to build chemistry, and now we're kind of trying to settle that in and make sure we can make it believable enough for the play. But we've got a good friendship and a good dynamic going, so I think
good.
Monday was also needed.
Yeah, that's all you need.
My dad.
Thank you.
And you got smashed at bowling.
Yeah, we went bowling and I lost heavily. But I blame she had bumpers, I had power over accuracy. So that's what I blame it on. But skipping through onto Tuesday. How did we all find Tuesday this week?
I think it was more like practice and refine.
Yeah.
That's all it was, because we just went through our scenes that we already had. We did change a few bits just because to make it look a lot neater.
Yeah, just kind of polish
than
it.
it was, and that was about it.
Yeah, the bit that we polished was, one of them was the turning going towards Romeo, wasn't it?
Yep.
Before we all catch him.
Yeah.
So instead of everyone else going around the back, we'll lead forward onwards, I'm pretty sure. So I thought that was pretty nice. And then, did you find any faults within running? Because obviously you was filling in for Paris that day, or was you the nurse?
Zach was the nurse, because I know the Paris speech off by heart now, so
Yeah.
I can do it the most fluidly. There were no issues with it. I tried to implement a bit more movement into it,
Yeah.
because normally it'd just be me walking, like using pauses every so often, but I thought, no, when I go like, of these bloody hands, I take a moment to look at Gregory's corpse,
Yeah.
try not to laugh, then stand back up and like go, how dare you do this to
Yeah.
the rest of you.
Yeah.
So, that was the struggle I had that day. It was just come in, do what we gotta do.
Yeah. I feel like we definitely needed to refine the transitions a little bit more. But then again, we weren't in our full practice room and like fully set up. But for what we had, I thought we'd done pretty well. The one thing I really do like within them is how we always just interact with like instead of like always going off our wings. Like mostly for me so far, I've always gone up to the audience, and to like just kind of like bring them in, make sure that they turn their
It's
heads.
different, yeah.
Because it's like if I go up with like you, Mercutio and Benvolio being Matthew or Destiny, if we're like going up in like scene 4 or like I go up in scene 2 and then we go up the stairs, it then takes the audience's attention from the stage to like, oh yeah, where are they going? And then by the time they look back, there's going to be a whole new scene, new staging. Because then obviously in in scene 2, when we run up to then come back down for scene 4 with Mercutio, obviously you then have your nurse scene and then you probably bring up props for that once it's all set.
Yeah.
So I think trying to work in those transitions to like bring in props and stuff like that is really cool with it.
Yeah. We get to come from the audience during the beginning of the second scene. Capulet and Prince have a cheeky chat. You have a long speech just to eventually say, anyway, hand out these letters, please.
Yeah,
Thank
true.
you.
It's just so long for no reason. Like, why?
Shakespeare.
It's
That's
not
why.
even like I'm just saying. Like, I'm saying
Yeah.
nothing when he says like 3 lines,
I say 2.
2 lines,
Yeah.
and I'm just rambling on. Like he probably doesn't even.
Yeah, it's sort of like in the introductions though to the characters though, because obviously we've merged them.
Yeah.
So it's
But
just
I
kind
feel
of making
like
sure we're
for
really
that bit, when I think it would be nice because we come out when we do the Mercutio Benvolio scene, it's a very short like moment where we have no time to get changed for the thing, because you really don't need to get changed. We could just get your mask.
Yeah.
But for us, I think after that, after the Samson Gregory scene, or whatever, we go and get changed straight into it because we'll be like ready for the party and we're dragging you along. So I think that would be better than being like, getting our costume, because we have time, because you speak to Benvolio, whoever. Don't know really.
I mean, I'm just kind of thinking of costume changes as well, because obviously when we come on for scene 2 and then we exit through the top of the stage and then we come back down in scene 4, then Volio is already in his costume party outfit, and then so are you for when you first get introduced properly. And so it's like he's gonna have to run up. He'll either have his costume
up there,
or run round, get dressed, run back up.
And you just have to pray that no audience members are late. They just see you just at the top of the thing behind the stairs, just getting changed, and just like, hey.
Yeah, 'cause no, I feel like if we run back up, because obviously there's going to be the camera there recording it, so I feel like if we run up, then like part ways from the camera, because obviously they've got the stairs, so then we can just go down and then get changed there, where like the reception-y bar area is.
Yeah, we'll find. But I think it'd be better
There'll
to
be
do
shortcuts
it after
to
the Samson Gregory scene, because you know what I mean.
Yeah.
because especially if me as Mercutio and Fernando have to get in a tutu.
When the costumes are set.
Yeah, that will be just so long to. Do you know what I mean? 'Cause there will be 2 different types of costume.
No, definitely.
But yeah, that was about it. Wednesday?
We did have the discussion on Tuesday as well.
Yeah, because obviously Jimmy wasn't in because he was ill. So we obviously had the meeting because obviously Jimmy wanted us to run through and start planning the dance, obviously being led by you. But it was all
choreographer.
But obviously we was all very conflicted with our concept and
Yeah, but we were conflicted, but then Anya just did it, which one did anyway.
Yeah, so
Probably through during that big discussion we had, I was lucid, bro. I was trying to sleep.
yeah. But I feel like the conversation was needed to kind of set a standpoint for people's views.
Yeah.
Because then if everyone's got corresponding ideas,
Which we did though.
yes, then we've all got it written down on the whiteboard taken by Zach, and then obviously Rye wrote some notes down for him as well. But I feel like it was a nice basis to go off, even though we didn't start it.
Yeah.
That was another thing for Tuesday. Rizel wrote a thing for when the audience sit down before the show starts, before even the prologue starts.
Yes.
Whereas she changed up the Prince's first speech into how you can talk about put your phones down, and if you disturb the choir, it will kill you.
Yeah.
I'm excited to when
just
I get
interacting with the audience a little bit.
Because I think we only have to do, because obviously Zach is the Prince as well.
Yeah.
But I feel like when it comes to resonance, the power behind it, I have that voice for that.
Yeah.
When it comes to it.
I mean, even so, there was talking about obviously that being when audience sit down.
Yeah.
It will probably be split between the 4 shows. For obviously, then you'll have your own set recording for it, and then so will Zach.
Yeah, I think that would make sense.
It would make sense, yeah.
Because then it'll be kind of weird if they heard your voice as the Prince, but then Zach walks out and after the prologue.
We'll see how everything sounds. Because once we get in the booth, it's just working on it. Yeah. Wednesday.
Lovely.
Wednesday, because obviously how we start Wednesday off is obviously by context. So our late start, so we start for context. What did everyone get up to for context?
Well, just try to focus on ISO and my ISO, and
What's your essay about?
I'm doing how basically Mercutio being played as a female.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yeah, that's how I'm doing the nurse being played by a man.
Cute.
Oh my god, we're twinning.
But
what did you do?
I was trying to focus on the project proposal.
Yeah.
Same.
Because obviously I need to make sure with Jimmy and the other stage managers that we can get this schedule up and running, stick to it, make sure that there's no interferences and stuff, just so we can literally be on the ball week by week and make this the best play that they have ever seen.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just doing the project proposal. That's all I was focusing.
Because obviously during the project proposal at the start, it's rational writing about what we learned during the year 1 and what we've learned currently. And so I was writing about obviously my year 1 stuff, obviously about learning all about the different practitioners and the skills I've acquired from them, the being able to build upon characterization and imagination a little bit more. So obviously we were a pretty clumped up group even in the first year, our devising was together as well.
Yeah.
So
big up Fatal Fables.
Big up Fatal Fables.
Yeah,
and it's I was a teacher, then you had your classroom characters and then part of the story, so then character and imagination wise you have to be very creative with it all.
But then
for reference, what Ben just done was his baby bear voice.
I was the second tallest person in the group and I had to play the baby. It was
fun.
So
it was fun. And the footage was lost, so you are not able to see it.
Yeah.
I'm still vexed about that.
But in the evening we did a workshop.
Yeah,
just kind of building upon the primary
a
concept
idea
of how Romeo and Juliet can meet at the ball.
Yeah.
What did you find difficult or positive about that concept? because obviously you and Jimmy was kind of just like running it with trial and error. What did you like kind of think of it? Because it started off with the diagonals, Romeo looking up at Juliet, going off, and then kind of the grid trying to keep them away.
I think the grid was more like to get a feeling of them wanting to be together, but not being able to be together because all these other people are watching. But I don't think that was not the. That is literally just to get the idea of what we're gonna do when we actually choreograph the ball scene. So it was just a set. So it was basically like a workshop to make you guys understand and to make it like flow more than just just walking and.
It's fun though.
It was fun.
I enjoyed the grid stuff.
Yeah, so did I. But obviously, the only thing that comes into that is obviously we've had quite a few people here and there not being in, so we just got to make sure that we keep our minds open to then incorporate it all, or like just add other spaces to have them in.
I agree.
Or like even when we speak about having other extras just to pack up some scenes, just kind of make sure that we keep that space more inclusive.
Yeah.
But Thursday morning, obviously we have our SAG club.
SAG club rehearsals.
Because we have our performance in like 2 weeks now.
Oh wait, is it?
Yep, it's in like 2 weeks now.
We haven't tagged.
We
haven't done a full run.
That's next week.
That's so fun.
That's next week.
That's next week.
I'm not even halfway through the script.
Yeah, we are. We've done everything. We just need to like set it together with transitions.
God.
So we've done the songs. We know how most of the songs sound. We know where most of the songs are being blocked because then we're in our groups normally. And then we just need to play it off into transitions with the scenes, which is what we've just been doing.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that will get sorted out, and it's not up to us. It's
It's Molly and Jimmy's school.
And now Polly.
And now Polly, yes.
They got Pollinator.
Polza.
But we was just focusing on Carrie's scene and then transitions for it working to that to Matthew's.
Yeah, and now the singing's out of it as well.
Yeah.
It's good.
One last thing to
The
focus on.
Yeah, but Thursday afternoon, I think I will let Anya take a lead of this one to see.
So Thursday afternoon, what we did was we warmed up.
Yeah.
Done a good little stretch, and then Ben done his knee in, and he died.
Yeah, we were doing lunges. My back leg slipped. My knee's now in a different dimension, and he doesn't know how to come back.
And now he is on crutches.
But now he is healing. But yeah, so talk us through warm-ups.
So we just did like a full body warm-up. So we did legs, arms, even a bit of core, some neck rolls, some shoulder rolls.
I chipped in a little bit.
Yeah.
I thought you helped.
I chipped in a little bit, I was like, okay, how about we try this one to like stretch out the full body.
Yeah, so we did that.
And I was in the corner going, my leg!
Yeah, and then Ben had to sit out for the whole time, so he was just the music guy at the end.
I was the music guy, but I paid attention.
Yeah, but yeah, so we actually done quite a bit on Thursday with the first dance.
Yeah, Ben literally started the music, like it says on his lanyard.
Yeah, so...
But, so before we talk about what the dance actually is, because we will show evidence of the dance once, obviously, the videos are uploaded with the podcast episode.
Yeah.
Talk us through, what were your visions exactly?
So
to start off this dance.
I knew I wanted something more like, even though we are contemporizing it, I wanted something more like classical.
Yeah.
Because I feel like because it is set in quite an old era, but at a ball, that's what you do.
Yeah.
And I feel like using like contemporized so the music that we use.
Yeah.
And it's like modern songs, but like made into like an older version, because it is instrumental, but it's like it's got the violin and all that stuff. I think it's still contemporizing it, but still using them aspects of. Because I feel like with that type of dancing,
Yeah.
it shows a different side to a person and a character, and it really shows the connection between two people.
Yeah.
So, but I felt Bridgerton was my inspo. I can't lie. Bridgerton was big up Bridgerton.
Big up Netflix.
Netflix
Yeah.
sponsor me.
But
Yeah, Bridgerton, get me on that show. I'll be on it.
so with obviously being a part of costume as well, trying to fit everyone in, what's kind of the ballroom like aesthetic
I don't think
that
we're
you and
gonna-
everyone is going for?
I don't know. I think we've got like a few ideas. I think we want it to be quite extravagant, but
Yeah. Still
I
needs
think
to
we're
be
doing a
pretty loose.
costume party.
Costume party.
A costume party with just masks, but I'm not really sure. We're not really set on what exactly everyone's wearing.
Yeah.
I feel like that will take a little bit of time to figure it out, just because.
You need to think about the character and what they would want to wear.
Yeah, and then at the same time, like the color scheme, the actual theme of the ball, like, because realistically, it doesn't matter what costumes you wear. It's all about the movement and the acting, and like costumes are there just to set the vibe.
visions and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
so it's
Just bring the aesthetic to life.
yes.
That's great. Sorry
That's
about,
great.
sorry about that very long. I tried taking a swig of water, but then it just didn't hit my mouth.
Friday.
I mean, we haven't actually spoke about
Oh yeah.
what we've done in the dance. Then.
So what do we do, Miss Choreographer?
So I think I kind of just went with the flow. So I made
Yeah.
them do a few exercises, like such as a workshop, you can call it, and I just had them. I think what did
Yeah,
I make? I made you close your
Pair
eyes and
up.
follow each other,
Yeah.
and I think that really helped.
Yeah.
I think it was just setting the basics of eye contact, feeling each other's partners, like being connected to another partner. It doesn't matter
Like
who you're
having
with.
trust in a partner.
Having trust, having like, because when you're dancing, you can't just not be there.
Yeah.
Like you can't look at your feet. You have to look at your partner, and I think making that eye contact makes it like what makes it beautiful, especially
Yeah.
in this sense of dancing.
Yeah. I think my only problem with that exercise was I was paired up with Fernanda, and let's just say, like, making sure that she was looking around the space, that could have been there a lot more, because
Yeah, so that's why I said about peripheral vision. You have to always be aware of where you
Yeah.
are on stage and where other people are on stage. It doesn't matter if you can properly see them or not. You need to feel each other's presence.
yeah, because she kind of got a bit lost with it, and then I ended up going into a wall backwards.
Yeah.
Because like we had I had my eyes closed, and then obviously I was holding her hand like that, and then like at one point she was just going back, and then I just fell into a wall, and then I was like, okay, ow.
That is true.
So I feel
Yeah.
like maybe next time.
But you got there in the end.
Yeah,
So-
no, for sure, because after that you helped us all start off with getting into pairs, and then just start choreographing a few routines of waltzes, I believe. Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah, so we went from waltzing to like, I'm not really sure what the other movements are called, but we just, I just went with the flow and like explored what looked better and what worked and what didn't work, and I think what we've got now is actually really good.
Yeah.
I think like visually we just need to clean it up and it looks beautiful.
Make sure everyone else is incorporated.
Yeah.
But
So that was basically Thursday, to be fair.
yeah,
That was it.
I mean, a few positive and negative things I thought about Thursday was obviously negative, just make sure everyone's on the same track, peripheral
Yeah.
vision. Obviously, safety of everything.
Don't hurt yourself during the warm up.
Yeah, safety. Then, and me, because
Happen to anybody?
it can. Just gotta know your limits, I guess.
It wasn't limited, it was because I was wearing socks on a wooden glazed floor. the game was rigged from the start.
Anywho, some things that I really liked about like when we started the dance was, one, I think the music fits in perfectly. Like the music was in my head literally all day. Like as soon as I left, I put it on. Like on my way home from the gym, I put it on. I was just there, just in my head, just literally murmuring it out. But I really liked how when we all started with the movements, it was all difficult, but then we progressively got there. Because some people got different steps and like they kind of took in like a different direction. Because it's like, as we say, for like staging wise, me and Fernanda got to get to the middle, and so when me and Fernanda do it, so like I'm leading, and so then I go right foot, back up, and then to the left. But then we do this in a movement where we're kind of circling.
Yeah, but I
so
feel like
kind of,
because we
like,
will have another pair there, which would be Ben and Destiny, you and Fernanda would move to the middle. So we would have to, that's what I think, so we would have to swap out. So you go in the middle, and then Destiny and Ben will go in your spot, so to make it more fluid. But then after that we can work everything in. I think the positives were like that we didn't give up.
Oh yeah, no.
I think focus was really important for us, and sometimes we do get out of focus.
Yeah.
But I feel like yesterday was really good with that. And I think for me, negatives were my brain just hurt.
Yeah.
It's like I do one move and then I'd be like, oh, what do I do now? Like it has to flow.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
But you've done an incredible job. I mean, the videos that we captured on Thursday, I think that they looked really nice. You should be able to see these in like a montage at the end of the podcast. There'll be like a little segment for it.
Yeah.
Bro wants me to edit a montage.
And so.
Okay. Well, that was Thursday.
Yeah. It was all good and fun.
Friday.
Now today, Friday.
I observed once again.
Yeah, Ben was mentally present.
I mean,
I wasn't just like, because I'm not gonna be there and then be on my phone. I was listening to what you were saying.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And when you filled in for where I was supposed to be, I was watching your movements.
Moral support.
Yeah.
Moral support.
And I was being a good mindfulness leader, because when Carrie almost broke down, I put one of my crutches back on. I stood up, I winced, and I gave her some comfort.
That's good. Obviously, we're all taken into our production roles. Obviously, with my production role with being a stage manager, I have now got so many notes to write about this dance now. So many.
I haven't wrote any, like, I know I've choreographed it,
and
I know half of it, but like, not being funny, when someone's asked me like, oh, what's next, I was like,
trying to like backtrack everything.
I was like, I don't really know. Like,
I just get to write when the music fades in and out.
Yeah, I mean, you still need to write about your movements as well, so then you need to make sure.
Of course, but
because like
when it comes to
his voice changed so much.
When it comes to production, I just have to go. Comes in here, finishes here.
But today, we literally went through the first dance.
Yeah.
So we just showed that to Jimmy. Big up Jimmy.
Yeah.
And then we chose the music for the second dance, and for the third dance for you and Julia. Obviously, we already know the music.
Yeah.
That was Jimmy's more intake, and then but I really like the song Jimmy chose. But we choreographed the second dance, and it's on the same vibe.
Yeah.
I think now it's more like I said, refining it, and like I think it was quite hard, a lot harder to. It wasn't even hard, like. Because at the start I was just like, oh, let's do this, and that didn't work, and I was like, oh, brilliant, what do I do now? And then I was just like,
because you obviously don't want to do the same movement.
Yeah, exactly. So I was just like, oh, so I had to like get into pairs, I don't care, just get into pairs, and and then we went from there, and it worked out.
Well, sometimes that's probably the best way to do it. It's like, just like divide and conquer with everything.
Yeah.
Just like once one gets set, another, and then.
But at least it worked out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because obviously. How the second dance leads on is from when Mercutio drags Romeo away from Juliet once they meet after the circle on the left. That was so much fun getting dragged away during that scene, because at one point when we was first blocking it, Fernanda just came up to me, grabbed me by the back of my collar and just dragged me back.
But that depends on, like, do you know what I mean? If we're playing Mercutio as being in love with Romeo,
Yeah.
I think that could work. Innit?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
because that would
she
be
was
like,
talking to me about that.
that's what I mean. So it depends where we want to take that. But I think the second dance is gonna. It's not even gonna be a lot harder. We just have to really, really get our teeth into it.
Yeah.
Because with the dialogue being in and out,
Yeah.
obviously we need to learn our lines, which is understandable.
I don't got dialogue in it.
Yeah.
I just need to
well,
make
we
sure
do.
that with my dialogue, I get the pacing right, so then I join back in.
Yeah.
Because
I think that will be fine. Like once you actually properly nail your lines, like properly, like
yeah.
if you do them at a speed, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh my god, stop!
Once
Stop
you
doing
don't
it like that.
stutter,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't start us all the time. You can't talk.
that's because it's natural. He doesn't have an excuse.
I was trying to figure out, basically, when I get dragged away, I then have my conversation with Mercutio, and then from there we do like our own little segment whilst everyone else is in
You
the
will
back,
see that in the montage.
whilst everyone else is like performing the second dance, and then
Yeah,
I need to like say my lines in a quick enough and natural enough manner that once we finish that conversation, we then break off and then just float into the dance. And so I was more worried about trying to float into the dance, and then my
It doesn't
brain
matter
got
because Fernando would
yeah,
be the one to lead you to go back in.
yeah. And then my brain
you
just
just have
kind of
to follow
fried a
first.
little bit.
Yeah, same. I can't lie.
I was chilling.
Yeah, so yeah, that's the point. So when someone has to speak, you come out, because I think there's no point in doing dialogue whilst you're actually properly dancing.
Yeah,
so it's
'cause-
nice to have the people on the side that are talking.
Because obviously everyone's going to be mic'd up as well. So then if everyone's like, if someone's talking during a dance, all you're going to hear is either like just like the footsteps or like just a breath from trying to like carry
Yeah.
on the dance and
Yeah.
talk at the same time.
No, but I think we just need to clean it up, and then also Ben needs to get better so we can put him into it. And then
Tuesday.
yeah, so what we have to block for that scene now, realistically, is your dance with Juliet
Yeah.
and the dialogue within, because that's when you'll be dancing
Yeah,
and talking. So that needs to look smooth,
yeah,
because it doesn't matter if you're dancing, you can pick up the conversation, and that'd be nice. And then you stop dancing and then you just standing there and talking to her.
yeah.
I think it's not nicer with us on the side, so we'll plan that next week.
Yeah, I feel like that's definitely a good place to start, because
Yes.
obviously where I finished off today was just trying to polish up where Romeo and Juliet do get to like have their conversation. I do think the line, like the spins to the lines, need to get refined a lot more. Plus, we need to try and figure out how actually we do it, because like it might be different for the other Romeos, but because of my size compared to theirs, I can't exactly.
Oh, you're not gonna spin anymore.
Oh, okay, cool.
They're gonna spin you into the middle.
They're gonna go, "Wee."
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
So then you can bump into Juliet, and that it'll be that moment of like, oh my god, do you know what I mean? I love
Yeah.
you, or whatever. Are we saying?
Hi.
Yeah, just kind of freak out
yeah.
a little bit.
That's what I mean. So yeah, that's about it. So
So Ben, what do you think? You've done well this week.
I think I did good at focusing, even though I wasn't involved.
Yeah.
Because I stayed in it, watching and listening, even though I haven't sat down for the past 2 days. The only time that I wasn't exactly focused today was when I had to fill out the incident form, and I started looking for a bit of music for the wedding scene.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I took an idea into that. I'm thinking an instrumental, because we're doing instrumentals of like
Yeah.
modern songs, making them sound older. It's like a wedding version of 1,000 Years.
I was thinking
Yeah,
1,000
buddy.
years today, like when we was dancing and like I was
found
trying
it.
to hear Jimmy talk about like love songs and stuff like that. I was literally thinking in my head 1,000 Years would be the greatest and slowest song to literally represent that love.
I found a pure instrumental version of it, and there's some of the music ideas.
What instrument? Violin?
It's piano and cello.
Oh, okay.
I'll have a bit of cello.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so what do you think?
What do I think I can improve on?
Yeah. Not popping your kneecap
not
out.
slipping and popping my kneecap.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably could set yourself a little goal as well for trying to learn more
My
scenes.
goal is to learn the steps because
Yeah.
I saw them. I think I know what I'm doing, but then
Yeah.
doing them is going to be different.
I mean,
Yeah.
because I was filling in your shoes for
Big up fake Ben.
Big up fake Ben today for filling in the shoes, but I think once like I can kind of get you to like the direction, because obviously you'll have your own partner for the first dance.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what we've rehearsed. So you'll have your partner for that and just move around in the
Yeah, we'll just have
waltz,
to, yeah.
and then just lead you through the second
Yeah.
dance.
I'm pretty sure I'll pick it up quickly.
I
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
you
you
will.
will.
I think you will. And I like the contrast with the cello, because the first time we use a cello is during the prologue, and it's a dark cello sound. And then it's a wedding, so then it's a contrast to a light cello.
Yeah.
I think that's a quite nice like little hidden detail. There's like, what instrument is this at the start? It's a cello. But it sounds
I
dark.
definitely thought of that when I was looking for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What can you? What is
We'll
that?
just see what I can improve. So yeah, next week just need to get in with the choreo. And that's all I really need to improve on from this week.
Cool.
And yeah, what do you think you've done well?
I think I've done well in keeping my composure.
There were a few times where it looked like you're about to lose it, but you kept yourself there.
Yeah, I think I just wanted to get it done.
Yeah.
And I feel like if I was talking and someone else was talking over me, my ideas would just fly out my head, and I'd be like, oh my god, and then I'd literally start crying. So I kept my composure, and I'm proud of myself for actually choreographing it.
You've actually done really well.
putting my it's
You and Amber done a really good job.
yeah.
You
You did.
you done a really good job with Amber's influence as well. What do you think you could improve on?
Learn my lines. I think I need to actually like start properly looking
Yeah.
at the script and like seeing where I want to do stuff, or like where I want to move, or when it's time to like say something in like a different way or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that's understandable.
Yeah.
I feel like that's probably a lot of everyone's
Yeah.
agendas.
Yeah.
And I think I want to obviously set the Juliet and Romeo scene.
Yeah,
'cause,
is that your goal for next week?
Yes, it is. I think that's what I want to do next week, and obviously refine a little bit the dances as well, because we'll have Ben back, and
Yeah.
obviously I'll need to put myself in there as well,
Yeah.
or actually learn the dance as well. So that's the goal for next week. Because like, obviously you telling you guys what to do is one thing,
Yeah.
but actually doing it myself is like another thing. So like,
You're paired up with me for the first half.
yeah, but I think as well we need to figure
Swap
out
the Romeos.
That's gonna be the thing that I think is the most difficult is
swapping
doing
the
the different
cast.
casts.
That's what
Yeah.
I mean. Because we just need to remember where each character is for each bit.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it wouldn't work. But yeah,
Because during the dances, I learn every partner that I go to and then what part I go to them at.
But once you're Tybalt, that's out the window.
But like then again, that's also like for you as well.
and for me.
So it's like I also need to know other partners as well, because when I was Romeo and then was doing the first part of the dance, I danced with Fernanda, and then Fernanda goes off, and then I'm doing my little dance with Rye, and then once they go into the middle, I then go with hands with Zach, Carrie, and then Juliet,
Yeah, so that's going to be different.
and then that's going to be different for everyone that I go to, because then I'm not actually like lifting. Okay, sorry for the little break. Alright.
A little break, we had to gather our thoughts for the last 5 minutes of discussion.
No, a little technical issue. But no, so I go hand to hand with Zach, Carrie, and then Scarlett being my Juliet for them to go into our canon lifts.
Yep.
So then I just need to make sure I know my partners for when I'm Tybalt and then ensemble. That's probably my strength and my weakness for knowing that routine pretty well this week, but also not knowing my other characters, because obviously it was just set on blocking. But I'm sure that'll come just with time.
Yeah.
I feel like something else I definitely could work on is just try and picture more, a bit like you, just like visually for stuff as well. So it's like whilst you're doing the choreography, I know I could probably take more account to bit more of like the lighting side as well. I need to have a little conversation with lighting, see what their thoughts are and stuff as well. Make sure I've got all my notes stocked up. Got to make sure everything written in my script and my stage manager script when I get it. I think a strength that I've had this week has been focus and direction as well. Obviously making sure that other people get a chance to have their time as well, so it's like bringing people in, so it's like making sure people listen to you as well, even though you've got a very standing out voice, make sure they listen. But just making sure all directions get followed as well. So
agree.
for my goal for next week though, make sure that the scenes that we obviously run are quite big scenes for me, and make sure I make sure I am able to set the
100%.
Tybalt part with you a bit later on, and make sure I know the ensemble parts of the dances, but also when it comes to mine and Juliet scenes, make sure we can make that look believable, make sure that the chemistry's there, make sure that my lines are, make sure that they are double learned so I know them like the back of my hand, and so forth. So I think I'm just going to be working on my lines and then the scenes as an ensemble. But I hope
should we let her do the clothes because she's the special guest?
I mean, we always can.
I don't know what.
So you just look at the camera and say,
Right guys, so we'll talk to you next week. Bye bye.